It's Friday. It is, what day is it? The 17th, 18th? I don't even really know. I didn't make a video last week. Neither did you, though, so it's okay. I figure it's okay since neither of us did. But I will tell you that the reasons that I did not make a video were that last weekend I went to New York to visit my friend who has an internship there this summer. So I left last Friday, and I could have made a video on Thursday, but I just didn't think about it. And then I got back on Sunday, and I thought about making a video, but really I was just lazy, and so then I didn't. And then, you know, you didn't make one either, so it's okay. But I figure that's because you went to Alcatraz, and because I didn't make one, so it's alright. Yeah, I'm really jealous that you're at Alcatraz because you get to meet everybody, and yes, seems like a lot of fun. So yeah, I only have one more week of my job, and then I'll be free for a little while, and yeah, it's like gonna rain outside, and now that we've gotten through all that stuff, I can talk about Half-Blood Prince. I loved it, I have to say. I was worried that my expectations were too high because I really loved the trailers, and so I thought it would be really good, and there were a few things that I did not like about it. Overall, I thought it was a little choppy. I mean, I thought that at first with Order of the Phoenix too. Sorry, I'm shaking my computer because I'm not actually putting it on a surface or anything. But yeah, it just seemed like it was important scene after important scene after important scene with no like filler or breaks or rest, and it felt really choppy to me, and I figured that if I were someone who had never read the book, I would be completely clueless. But with that aside, and I can kind of forgive them that because there's so much to squeeze in that really you gotta do something like that in the end. So, with all that aside, I really loved it. I loved how they portrayed most things. I mean, I thought a lot of the characters really came into their own in this movie. Like, Tom Felton was so good as Draco, and Rupert Grint was, like, totally Ron, and I loved all the little things they kept in, like the canaries and the everything, and, like, that little scene at the beginning where the Weasleys all look down the stairs, and Hermione looks down the stairs, and, like, Harry on Felix was, like, the best thing ever, and, like, Pincers. The memories, I was disappointed they didn't have the Gaunt memory, but I mean that would have been a lot more for them to do, so I understand, but they, like, both of the Tom Riddles were really good, I thought, and I don't know, Michael Gambon I feel is redeeming himself. I've never been a Michael Gambon fan, but there were no Harry shakings and did you put your name in the Goblet of Fires, so he made some Dumbledore jokes, did some Dumbledore-ish things, and I thought he was better than he has been, so I'm glad about that. And I guess overall, regardless of what they left out and what they changed, the movie just kind of did feel like the book. And I think it is probably my favorite movie so far. Although, I've always loved Prisoner of Azkaban. Everyone seems to hate that movie, but I've always loved Prisoner of Azkaban. I can't really decide if I like Half-Blood Prince better than that, but they're probably tied up there. Those two for my favorites, 6 and 3. Yeah, one thing that I thought was a little weird though is that, well, I guess this is an overall thing. I mean, I like how Michael Gambon did things. Put this down. I liked how Michael Gambon did things, but there was just a little bit of the storyline that I thought was kind of weird, like when they're talking about the Horcruxes, after they see Slughorn's memory, the real one, I felt like it was almost like they kind of took away part of Dumbledore's greatness, sort of, because it was like Dumbledore looked really surprised by what he had seen, that Voldemort would have made Horcruxes or whatever, and like 7 of them, or 6 of them, whatever. But Dumbledore's not supposed to be surprised. He's just supposed to say, oh yeah, that's exactly what I thought. That just confirms my opinion because I'm the greatest wizard in the world, blah, blah, blah. So the fact that he was like, wow, this is greater than I ever imagined. This is worse than any of my fears. that kind of took something away from his character, I think. And the other major thing with the Horcruxes is that they didn't have the talk about, oh, what else could they be? They must be important objects. It could be the cup and the snake and the whatever, diadem and all these other things. Because I'm wondering what's going to happen in Deathly Hallows. Is Harry just going to wake up one morning and be like, oh, you know, I think it would have made a lot of sense if Voldemort used Founder's objects as Horcruxes. I mean, how is that going to happen? I don't really know how they're going to do that, and I'll probably think of other things later that I forgot to mention in this video that I thought were absurd, but that's okay. No one can ever discuss all the absurd things at once, can they? But, that's pretty much all I have to say right now. I hope you're having a lot of fun at Azkaban. I wish I could be there, because it's just... LeakyCon was fun. LeakyCon was amazing, but it's just that so many of our friends are at Azkaban, and I really want to meet all of them, but that'll have to wait a year, assuming I can go to Infinitus, which, you know, it's never quite certain, but, hopefully, yeah. So, I'll be seeing you sometime. I don't know when you're getting home, so I don't know if you'll be able to make a video next week. I will excuse you if you're traveling. But, otherwise, I'd best be seeing you next week, and I love you, and goodbye.